So my computer crashed. So let's go back to where we were. Okay, so first thing is to open the project. Here, so for the API, we need to run MongoDB or so. So just open a new command window and type mongod. And it's ready. We don't touch this anymore. Then we start our server, our API, like this, and then I open a new window with the client. Put it big, and here we just need npm start. So in a few moments, this will appear here. So for the people on YouTube, my computer just crashed and I lost like 20 minutes of videos. And I show you quickly what I just modified. So the navbar on top is now just reversed. This is not by default anymore. So to do that, you just go in the navbar in the component and you change the navbar dash default to inverse, and this is working. Then we created a new folder which is called idea details, where inside we have a component. This one is now empty, we don't have anything inside, so it would be easy to catch up, I think. And then we just have this HTML, which is this is ID details, and that's it. We also put it in the we imported and declared it in the app modules here, as you can see. And also in the routing, we did something quite interesting. So we again import the component, and we have this kind of path with here 2 dots. When we have these 2 dots, it means that the next thing is the like a variable, a parameter. Let's say, let's call it parameter. It's better. So when we have this parameter, we will need more how to say, a little bit more things in our components to be able to read this parameter. So and also we change the ideas view. As you can see here, now we have these pretty panels, and to do this we created the class. Thanks to ZLAP, he suggested to create this class, this panel ellipsis, where we have this text overflow ellipsis. It means that when like this, actually just help to, like, if the ID is too long, for example here, this ID is like much longer than this, but we don't see it, we have these 3 dots. And this is what this class is doing. It just keep the text in one line and add 3 dots at the end to keep it pretty. No. Okay. So now let's go back to our ideas component, ideas details component. And now there we will need to do a few other things. I just need to open like another project I'm working on, just to help myself and it will go faster to explain, and I will do less mistakes. So give me just one sec. Here it is. Up. Okay. So as I said just before, but you did not see in the video, we need to import a few new things here, and mainly this params from router. which will help us to get back the parameter we have in the root. This will close. So these params will help us to get this parameter we have here. So once we included this, we need in the constructor to create some privates. So root will be activate root. We have also private router. Yes, I made a mistake. And location. And this location will help us to like go back in the browser, because you cannot like it will help us like when we click here, for example, to get back on this kind, or when we click on a button to use the same function as this like I don't know how you call it in English, but like go back arrow. So for example, let's try it right away. Let's create a function which is go back, and in this go back we just need to write this dot location and then back like this. And when we are on the IDE details here, if we have, for example, if button primary, and this is back, and when we click on it we have this go back function. Then when we are there, when we go to details, we click back, we are back to where we were. So this works already. So now we want to also get our ID, and to get our ID we need to go in our service and to create this function get one ID out of the ID. So here we have we create a function which is get ID from an ID which is a string, and this will just return this http dot get, and then this is here we have ID as URL, and in our API, let's check it out, we have where is the API? Here. So in the server here we should have already IDs with the ID behind. So here we can use the same URL here, but we need to add the ID. So this idea plus then the slash and then the ID we just have. We don't forget the headers like this, and then we map the ID we get, we send it to a JSON object like this, and this is all we need to for the service. So now the point is to go back there, and we want here also to get our idea, but this ID from of this idea we'll get from the param. So to do this we need to do like this. So this root dot params, and then we have for each we have params as params 10. We have this big arrow, and then we have to say that ID equal to params, and then this is the the router routing here, idea ID, and then we need to go in this. Yeah, of course. We need also to import the service. Import idea service or ideas. This from, and this is services slash ideas dot service. Yeah. No, where is it? Here. Okay. So now we have it. We need to declare it here also. Private ideas service equal to this. So now we can use it. So yes, this idea service dot get ID, we want one, and here we want to pass the ID exactly like this. And then we just subscribe and write this idea, no, idea, we can see what we get back. Then we use the big arrow, and here we can do whatever we want, and we will say that this idea equal idea. And we just forgot also to declare idea at the beginning, so idea will just be any. And that's it. We just need to use it also on the init to get it. And now in the idea details component here, we can write d, for example, g to if we have an ID, we can here display it in JSON to see what we have inside. So now we are there, and if I go to details, oops, I have a problem. No provider. Of course, I forgot to provide it here. So providers, like this. And now it should be better. So we have it. We have our ID with the name, the description, and these kind of things. So now we will just display it a bit better. And now we will create one panel for this. So let's go on Bootstrap again, just to be sure. Panels. So I need this. Panel primary. And here we will write the idea name. And here the idea description. And this one we will not restrict it. So now, okay, it looks a little bit big. So we can reduce this. For example, with Steve row and inside Steve call empty 8. For example, we call empty offset 2. And if we put everything inside, up, then it should look better. Yeah, now we have it in the middle. So now we need also a footer I'd like to have. So panel footer, and inside I want 3 buttons. Let's say 2 only now. So if dot button, and this is button for this one will be, and this will be just keep, and the other one will be like, and this will be let's quit danger right now, but we'll change later. So we have this keep and like, and this one we will pull right, and now we have it on the right. Okay, now I will move the back button. I will put it here, but not as a button. I will just write something there. So it is in the heading. This is probably a span that we will pull right. And here we will put the click, go back, and right back. And it looks ugly. So maybe if I put it in the H3, it looks better. Yeah, it is. And I will add the class pointer I created just to have the cursor. Yeah, back, and it's working. So now I can remove this, and I can remove this. And now we have our component more or less ready. So I can go back, I can go to another ID, I can go back, go to another ID, and so on and so on. Now I cannot skip and I cannot like, it does not do anything. Okay, so for first video on YouTube, I think it will be enough, and I will be back in a few minutes to continue with the program, the buttons keep and like.